go, Aiden.
Community members, and students. Welcome to the graduation of RedJacket class of 2023. I'm Ryan George, RedJacket High School principal, and it's my pleasure to present this year's graduating class to you. Seniors, please remain standing as class president Eva Pickering leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So please remain standing. This is something new this year. It's a national anthem will be sung by graduating senior Michael Ovick.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. So today is a day of immense pride and joy as we gather here to celebrate our graduating class of 2023. Seniors, as you stand ready to take the next step in a new chapter in your lives, you are equipped with knowledge, experiences, and friendships that will shape your future. It has been an honor to serve you as your principal. Yes, I know it's only been 1 year, but all of you have seriously made a huge positive change in my life. And I really hope that I had some sort of positive effect on all of you. First and foremost, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our families and faculty members that have supported all our graduates tirelessly through this semester. They have been your pillars of strength, offering guidance, encouragement, and unconditional love. Without their unwavering belief in each and every one of you, there is a chance some of you might not be standing here today, ready to embark on the next stage of your lives. So please, let us take a moment and applaud those who are unwavering support. So as all of you go forward with the threshold of the future, let us not forget the lessons you have learned during your time here at RedJacket. The knowledge you have gained within these walls extends beyond the confines of textbooks and exams. You have learned how to think critically, solve problems, and work collaboratively. You have discovered your passions, developed your skills, and forged your identities. These are the invaluable treasures that will guide all of you on the road ahead. However, education is not solely about personal achievement. It is also about serving a greater purpose. As graduates, you have a responsibility to use your education and talents to make a positive impact on the world. You must strive to create a society that is inclusive, compassionate, and equitable. Whether you pursue careers in science, art, business, or public service, please remember that your actions have the power to shape the lives of others. In the face of an ever-changing world, you must embrace adaptability and resilience. The challenges that lie ahead are immense, from technological advancements to global issues. But it is precisely in these challenges that we find our greatest opportunities for growth and transformation. Do not be afraid to take risks or to step outside your comfort zone and to face adversity with courage and determination. Furthermore, foster a spirit of empathy and understanding. In a world often plagued by division and conflict, it is your duty to promote unity and dialogue. It is important to learn to listen to one another, to respect diverse perspectives, and to find common ground. By doing so, all of you can bridge the gaps that separate us and build a future based on mutual respect and cooperation. So as we celebrate your accomplishments today, it is your time to become leaders in our community. Be advocates for what is right. Use your voice and actions to uplift those who do not have the same opportunities and work towards a society where every individual has the chance to fulfill their potential. In conclusion, today marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. You are all equipped with the tools and potential to shape a brighter future. Embrace the challenges that lie ahead with determination, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to making a difference. RedJacket graduating class of 2023, I truly have no doubt that all of you will go on to accomplish great things. May your past be filled with success, fulfillment, and the unwavering belief in our ability to make a positive impact on this world. And for that, I thank you. The next part is our salutatorian. Salutatorian is the student who completed 7 semesters at RedJacket with the second highest grade point average. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ethan Sherman.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming.
Now, I do not plan on taking much of your time, but I believe that as we move forward with our lives, it is important that we take a step back and take some time and remember the people who helped us get to here. For this section of our ceremony, I'd like to recognize and thank all the people who have helped us get to this point. I'd like to thank all the educators for all they do in and outside of the classrooms. I'd like to thank the administration and the Board of Education for keeping the school afloat. I also extend my thanks to the coaches who act as mentors to their athletes. I'd like to thank our custodians, as without them, our school would fall apart pretty easily. I'd like to extend our appreciation to the lunch ladies, as they never fail to make us smile. I would also like to thank all the members of the community. This building truly is a wonderful place filled with many people dedicated to student success. And it is seen every day through the dedication of these people. One of these special, amazing people is Mr. Bob Cudd. And on behalf of the class of 2023, I'd like to give a special thank you to Mr. Cudd. Mr. Cudd has done so much. Mr. Cudd has done so much for not only our class, but for everybody on a daily basis. He is an upstanding member of society, and we have all learned many special things from him. He will always have a special place in our hearts, and we will never forget the countless hours of service he's dedicated to our community. Once again, thank you, Mr. Good, for all you do for us. To my fellow classmates, I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your ceremony.
So at this time, I'd like to have the seniors in the chorus and band please rise. I'd like to invite the seniors who have participated in chorus and band to please join their groups to perform.
Shining high above the trees. If I had stood if I had closed my mouth and opened my eyes, if I had cooled my head and warmed my heart, I'd not be on this road tonight. Carry on, never mind feeling sorry for yourself. It doesn't save you from your troubled mind. Walk down that lonesome road.
So the next part is the presentation of scholarships from the scholarship holders. The Manchester-Shortsville community supports our school in so many ways, not the least of which is the many scholarships, community organizations, and individuals bestow on RedJacket graduates every year. Your support helps alleviate the ever-rising costs of tuition and supplies. Our first scholarship today is the Bob Goodell Scholarship. The Bob Goodell Scholarship was initially started in June of 2018 to recognize one graduating cross-country runner who intended to continue his or her academic studies. The scholarship is funded by the RedJacket Cross Country Boosters and was originally named the Cross Country Scholarship. It was later changed to the Bob Goodell Scholarship to honor the contributions Coach Goodell had made to Section 5 cross country. The intent of the scholarship is not to recognize the fastest runner, but to recognize the seniors who contributed the most to the team through support of all runners, hard work, and leadership. The scholarship awards the recipient $500 per semester up to a maximum of 8 semesters of continuous academic work for a total of $4,000. I'd like to welcome to the stage at this time a good friend of mine, Mrs. Paula Goodall Larson.
Thank you, and good afternoon. As Mr. George said, my name is Paula Goodall Larson, and I'm the daughter of Bob Goodall. My father had the privilege of coaching at RedJacket for many years, and in that time started both the cross-country and indoor track programs we have here today. My brother Bob and I both had the honor of being coached by him here at RedJacket during our time as athletes. That is how I wholeheartedly know that my dad always said, it takes a special kind of person to be a runner. And not even just a runner, but a distance runner. As a coach, he knew it wasn't always about being the best athlete, but about working hard and pushing yourself to do your best on and off the cross-country course and the track. Now I say this every year in my speech because the truth and weight that it carries. He believed in inspiring teamwork in a sport that can sometimes feel like a very individual one, even though it's not. Whether cross-country, track and field, or any sport for that matter. You train as a team, you win as a team, and you lose as a team, because you're there to support and build one another up as a team. So, as I look at you kiddos now, and I say this, trust me when I tell you, knowing how to work as a team is a skill that you'll always use once you step off the stage and venture out into the world of adulthood. And that's my last little tidbit you'll get from Mrs. July. Bob Goodell wanted his young athletes to learn respect for themselves, their teammates, and others. He wanted them to learn a sense of integrity through the hard work and the training, to learn through the discipline and the dedication it takes not just to be a runner, but also as a role model to other athletes, students, and community members. Even if cross-country and track and field wasn't their favorite sport, they weren't that die-hard athlete that was born to run. He still wanted his kids to experience all the aspects that this team community could bring to their lives. He wanted them to have fun and to build the best version of themselves during that time with their team. To Dad, it was always about the heart and soul of the person in those running shoes, not about how many races they won. It was about what each person did with the fundamental values that I've stated: dedication, integrity, respect, teamwork, self-discipline, and perseverance. And how you apply them, meaning going the extra mile on and off the course. Now, it's definitely not common to grant this scholarship to more than one individual at a time. However, when you have two seniors that are the epitome of everything this scholarship stands for, and they embody all the values a coach tries to instill in their athletes. And shout out to their coaches. There is no doubt that an exception needed to be made. And come on, if earning the names Mom and Dad of the cross-country team doesn't tell you all you need to know about these two students, I don't know what does. What I do know is that our young modified kids, as well as our underclassmen, could not have asked for two better role models to look up to. That is why it is truly with great honor on behalf of myself, my mother Bernice, and my brother Bob, to present this year's Bob Goodell Memorial Scholarship to Abby Lapel and Ethan Schertle.
Congratulations, Ethan and Abby, and thank you, Paula. Our next scholarship is the Cindy Coffey Memorial Award, which is given to a student who exemplifies truth and fairness, makes a conscious effort to build goodwill and establish meaningful friendships, and makes decisions that are beneficial to all. I would now like to welcome to the stage Ms. Tamara Coffey Kelly.
Congratulations, RedJacket class of 2023. It's hard to believe that we're here awarding the 9th Cindy Coffey Memorial Scholarship. My mother was a member of the RedJacket graduating class of 1970, and she always felt great pride for RedJacket and the Shortsville, Manchester community. As a bus driver, she enjoyed many years of driving students to and from school while building those lasting relationships with both the students and their families. This year's recipient has been an active community volunteer through her work with youth football, church, Meals on Wheels, and Cobblestone Arts Center. She plans to continue her work helping others as she studies to become a registered nurse. The Coffey family is proud to present the Cindy Coffey Memorial Scholarship to Ella Walton.
Congratulations, Ella. Thank you, Tamara. Our third scholarship award is awarded by the Rotary International. The Rotary International is an international service organization whose stated purpose is to bring together business and professional leaders in order to provide humanitarian service and advance goodwill and peace around the world. This scholarship is awarded annually to provide assistance to a graduating senior who will be furthering their education or vocational training. I would now like to welcome to the stage Mr. Matt Sherman.
Thank you, Brian. We are fortunate that we are not going to be awarding one scholarship. We're going to be awarding 3 scholarships. We had a terrific group of kids come in, interview. I'm not going to use this. And if we had the money, we would have given them all a check. It was very impressive. I would also like to say that because I do have relatives who are graduating, I was not part of the voting. I was part of the interview, and it was very impressive. Rotary, if you're not familiar with it, you see our logo, it's the big blue here. You think we're a machinist union or something like that. We're not. We do a lot of things behind the scenes. We are an organization similar to Lions, where we have 46 clubs, over 1 million members, and we're boardless. We go, more of our work is overseas than it is anywhere else. That said, we do try and do things locally. You will be getting scholarships tonight that are based on academic, athletics, and things like that, character, all important traits, for sure. What we do is we try and look at your history, and your history at this point is very long. We've got a long ways to go. And we try and find a couple of young people that perhaps we can help them out so that in the future they can become Rotarians and carry on the work that we try to do. When I was at school, when I was at graduation, polio was existing in New York State and the United States and North America. With the help of Rotary, major help of Rotary, it was eradicated from the Americas in the 1990s. 2020, it was eradicated from Africa. We were down to the last 100 square miles in the world that had polio. And it was in Afghanistan, and when we had to pull out of Afghanistan, it didn't fall apart, but we started losing back. It's now in Afghanistan, it's spread to Pakistan, which is, the most populous country in the world. And it's right next to India, which is the most populous country in the world. So the threat of that floating back down all those 100 years of work could be gone. But to go beyond the borders, even for people that we would consider terrorists, ISIS, whatever, Taliban, they recognize that there are some things in life where politics and visible global borders should not matter. So we've been invited back into Afghanistan. We are working that battle, and we predict that within 3 years, polio will not exist in the world, and it'll be completely gone. We've already started gearing up for our next battle, which is Alzheimer's. And the idea, the crazy idea that you can solve Alzheimer's today is just as crazy as the idea that you can solve polio back in 1950. So hopefully, in my lifetime, hoping you guys can see it. You can save the memories of grandparents and me. Although there's some memories I'd like to forget. But it's some form of organization, many organizations that are out there as adults, you'll see as you get older. So, before I go into the scholarships, I want to talk to you guys. There will be some disappointments in your life. There will be some disappointments in the next 30 minutes. Some sorrow, people who don't see the obvious. Disappointment that I only worked a little harder. My check should have been a little bit bigger. I didn't get a check at all. That's okay. Keep that feeling. Put that feeling, burning feeling in your gut. Keep it in your body the rest of your life. Put it aside. Use it as a tool. You get into your career, and eventually you'll have the knowledge that everybody else has. When you get into your career, use that burning sensation to say, I'm going to prove people wrong. I'm going to do better. I am a better person. Make a big pile of money for your boss so he can give you a big pile. And then come back here, get on the stage, and help people like yourselves go on with them. To be a better person. That's how we evolve. Positive that you guys do that because I've seen generations come. I'm sure the family been around for a while. I remember as a kid, same families come, and I've seen the kids come back and they do the same thing. And it's a great community to be part of. There's 4 people that live here. And I look forward to seeing you when I'm an old man. So, for our first, I guess if you're lucky and you don't, I guess if you don't get a scholarship, I could say you're lucky. So I gotta say the first unlucky person is you always gotta be an optimist. She's going to be pursuing a very admirable career in nursing. And as a father of 2 girls that are nurses, it's one of the best times in the day is to hear what they have done during the day to help our community. It's fantastic. She's been involved with student council, but she is wise enough to know that the person in charge is not always, not necessarily the most important person, that it's a support staff that makes a difference in an organization moving forward. She's volunteered with Disabled at Gospel Arts. She's also volunteered at her church. And while I personally am an atheist, but I see the value in a family that goes to a church, sits down for an hour a week, and thinks about other people's problems, puts their own problems in perspective. That maybe my problems and your problems are not going to be there. Maybe if we all step back occasionally, there will be less community violence, less school shootings, less things like that. So I congratulate Ella Walton for the way she's taken me up. The next recipient, and this is interesting because I'm from the older generation. But she's going to be pursuing a career with animals. Now, if you ever come to my house at Christmas, there are more dogs than there are people. Not by my choice. As you know, even the most recent parks are for dogs, not for people. But dogs and animals do have a special connection to mental health. You can't deny it. people are encountering with animals, and that is something that society is adjusting to, that, hey, this thing is important. It's not just a dog that we feel scratched with. It's actually part of the family. But they're not humans. They're still animals. So I would like to congratulate Amy and Ryan. I like to see firsthand the emotion from young adults when their animals sick or injured, and kudos to you for wanting to that field. Best of luck. Our last recipient, unfortunately it is the last, I wish there would be more, is Abigail. Abigail Nyla. Abigail is pursuing a career in communications and media at St. John Fisher. Like many of her classmates, she volunteered with the Holiday Baskets, a scholarship walkathon, but what was most impressive to Rotary was her attendance at the New York State West Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Program. Probably a program you've never heard about, but the Hugh O'Brien program is very similar to what Rotary is, and Lions and several other organizations meshed together about teaching communication, leadership, dedication to others, service above self. And it's not only that she went there, she was actually asked to come back to help teach the next group of kids. So congratulations, Abigail.
Congratulations, Ella, Katie, and Abigail. Thank you, ma'am. Our next scholarship is the Hartford Scholarship. It was established by family and friends as a memorial to Mr. Neil Harkenrider and his dedication to the RedJacket school and community. Mr. Harkenrider taught mathematics and physics for 19 years and became the chief school administrator from 1953 to 1973. And his leadership was instrumental in building the junior and senior high school at its present location, bridging the two communities of Shortsville and Manchester together. And this year, in 2023, marks Mr. Harkenrider's 50th anniversary of retirement from RedJacket. And this year's Harkenrider Scholarship is generously awarding $25,000 to the recipient. All the way from San Diego, California, I'd like to present Mr. Kevin Harkenrider Estate.
Thank you, Mr. George, Board of Education, family and friends of our class of 23 and the almost graduates of the class of 23. Congratulations. My father was here from 1953 to 73 as principal, and as Mr. George said, for almost 20 years prior to the separation from World War II. What's notable about my father wasn't the duration of his service, it was what he accomplished. You may not know, and I don't think you do, is that the communities of Shortsville and Manchester could not agree on a location for where you sit today. There was a 7-year court battle over the location of this place or where the Manchester former high school was located. And that court battle went for 7 years all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, where they refused to hear it, was remanded back to lower court. But that battle took many years of his devotion to do so. And because of his devotion to it, that tenacity, you now have this beautiful facility that Mr. George shared with me today. A facility itself does not make a place or history, or in your case, the experience you've had. It's all the people involved. But his foresight and his tenacity caused it to be here today. And for that, the family is awarded a scholarship. Now, normally, as we do a scholarship, you use endowment. Endowment means you raise money, the interest pays for a scholarship, and usually it's $2,000 or $3,000 for our family. This year, because it's a landmark 50-year award, we have raised it 10x to $25,000. And in choosing an award, our nominating committee and the award committee of the school does it. The family gives some attributes. The attributes are looking for someone who wants to pursue a four-year degree, not benefit from college degrees as a necessary prerequisite to success in life. There's many other things that go into it, but it gives you potential. And an enabler through the financial support we give for someone who would have difficulty doing it in today's expensive education pursuit. So we look for those attributes of someone who wants to pursue it, as well as someone who has a desire to serve, has served the community, as well as a future likelihood to serve society. And with that, I'd like to summarize that our choice this year was something my dad said, was that he always felt he was very lucky. Although his luck in college wasn't so high because he had to take several years off to work because he couldn't afford it. Again, that's why we have a scholarship. Enough about that. I want to award our scholarship on behalf of my family, my sisters, Karen and Joe, my brother Greg, who are here with me today. Our award winner today is Ava Pickering.
Congratulations, Ava. Thank you, Kevin, and the Martin family. Now it's my pleasure to present these community awards as well as recognize scholarships endowed by colleges to the senior class. Superintendent of Schools, Charlene Dean, will be presenting the scholarships to the recipients. Students, when I call your name, please come down and receive your awards and scholarships from Mrs. Dean. First one, Abigail Apollo. She'll be getting the Bob McDowell Memorial Scholarship for $500 this semester, the Fred Soup Record Scholarship for $200, the New York State Academic Excellence Scholarship for $1,500, the RedJacket Memorial Scholarship for $500, the Robert Paulberg Memorial Scholarship for $2,000, and the Presidential Merit Scholarship in the amount of $22,000 per year. Ethan Sherrill? Why not? Ethan's going to get the Bob Goodell Memorial Scholarship for $500 this semester, the Dominic Carroll Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, the Leon and Ruth Walter Cooley Scholarship for $500, the Margaret Vienna Memorial Scholarship for $500, the New York State Academic Excellence Scholarship for $500, and the Twin City Lions Club Scholarship for $500. Liliana will be getting the Jane Kuhn Scholarship for $200. Madison Moore. Madison will be getting the Mage and Ward Preston Scholarship for $2,500 for the next 4 years. Michael Oldett will be getting the Philip Grayson Jr. Scholarship for $7,500 for the next 4 years. The Stuart Matthews Memorial Scholarship for $500. The Sue Dorchet Memorial Scholarship for $250, and $18,000 scholarship for the college. Jordan, she'll be getting the Monica B. and James E. Romeiser Scholarship for $200. Evan Tully. Evan will be getting the Gary H. Bliss Memorial Scholarship for $500 and the RedJacket Memorial Scholarship for $500. Noah will be getting the Alan McWilliams Scholarship for $300. in memory of Sally Sherrill for $500, and the Red Jacket Memorial Scholarship for $500. Eden Bauer. Eden will be getting the Sons of American Legion American Award for $150. Eden's getting the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 34 Scholarship for $250. The Fred Sook Record Scholarship for $200. The First Baptist Church of Manchester Scholarship for $200. The Mary C. Gardellini Memorial Scholarship for $300. The Mary Soul Nursing Scholarship for $500. The New York State Academic Excellence Scholarship for $500. The Neil Harkenrider Memorial Scholarship for $25,000. The Provo Scholarship for full tuition college for the next 4 years from Montana State University. Kyla Hogby. Kyla's getting the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 34 Scholarship for $250. The Mary Ann King Memorial Scholarship for $500. The Philip J. Darnellini Memorial Scholarship for $500. The Red Jacket Adult Athletic Association Sportsmanship and Leadership Award for $500. The Sons of American Legion American Award for $150. And the Turner Schrader American Legion Scholarship for $250. The Bridget Brown Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, and the Class of 1994 Memorial Scholarship for $500. Ella Walton. Ella will be receiving the Cindy Coffey Memorial Scholarship for $1,000. The Aaron Alicia Magnan Isaacs Memorial Scholarship for $300. The Red Jacket Rotary Scholarship for $1,000, and the Twin City Lions Club Scholarship for $500. Abigail Nyland. Abigail will be getting the Sierra Johnson Scholarship for $2,000, the Manchester-Shortsville Ladies Lions Club for $500, the Red Jacket Rotary Scholarship for $1,000, and the Trustee Scholarship for $76,000 over the next 4 years. Jalen Newman. Jalen will be getting the Sierra Johnson Scholarship for $2,000. The Red Jacket Faculty Association Scholarship for $100. The Red Jacket Memorial Scholarship for $500. It should be part of the HELP program worth over $52,000. Samuel Close. Samuel will be getting the Class of 1994 Memorial Scholarship worth $1,000. The James Weed Scholarship for $500. The Manchester-Shortsville Ladies Lions Club for $500. And the Turner Schrader American Legion Scholarship for $250. Madison Harriman. Madison will be getting the Class of 1994 Memorial Scholarship worth $500, the James McNitch Scholarship for $200, and the Red Jacket Memorial Scholarship for $500. James Sabella. James will be getting the Dale Barden Citizenship Award for $100, the Red Jacket Faculty Association Scholarship for $100, and the Red Jacket Memorial Scholarship for $500. Caitlin Cornelius. Caitlin will be getting the Amanda Peck Nursing Scholarship for $1,000. The Aaron Alicia Megan Isaacs Memorial Scholarship for $300. The Heron Dean Trade Technical Scholarship for $600. The Judith Macri Memorial Scholarship for $400. The Michael D. Miscellany Memorial Scholarship for $500. the RedJacket Community Scholarship for $500, and the RedJacket PTSA Scholarship for $750. Katie O'Brien. Katie's going to get the Class of 2020 Scholarship for $500, the Joshua Herendeen Memorial Scholarship for $500, the RedJacket Faculty Association Scholarship for $100, the RedJacket PTSA Scholarship for $750, the RedJacket Rotary Scholarship for $1,000, the Richard Dick Southern Memorial Scholarship for $250, the Turner Schrader American Legion Scholarship for $250, the Twin City Lions Club Vocational Scholarship for $500, and the Philip N. Bredesen Junior Scholarship valued at $7,500 for the next 4 years. Eden Reed. Eden will be awarded the J.S. Goodnow Scholarship for $100, the RedJacket Adult Athletic Association Sportsmanship and Leadership Award for $500, and the RedJacket Community Scholarship for $3,000. Madeline will be getting the RedJacket Memorial Scholarship for $500. Michaela will be getting the Joshua Lewis Memorial Scholarship for $250. Annika will be getting the Gary H. Bliss Memorial Scholarship for $500. Please join me in thanking the members of the Manchester-Shortsville community. We're so thankful to have these generous donors, and all of us are so grateful. The next piece of this program is the valedictorian address. The valedictorian is the senior who achieved the highest grade point average over the course of 7 semesters at RedJacket. Ladies and gentlemen, the valedictorian of the class of 2023, Abigail Fell.
All right, let's make sure this is in position because I know Miss May is screaming at me over there. Good afternoon, families, friends, and fellow graduates of the RedJacket class of 2023. On behalf of the class before you, I want to thank our parents and families who are here with us today, and those who we hold in our hearts. It's because of your love and support that we can celebrate this accomplishment. You have helped guide us through the troubles and triumphs of life, and we are incredibly grateful for all that you've done and continue to do for us. I want to thank my mom especially for always believing in me and reminding me that I always have someone on my side. She never pressured me to be the student that I am. Instead, she supported and aided me whenever she could. I wouldn't be half the person I am today without you. I also want to thank the incredible teachers that I have had the experience to meet here. I know that being a teacher is not always the easiest profession in the world, but I can say without a doubt that it is the most meaningful. The teachers that I've had here made all the difference in my life, and I know the rest of this class can agree. Thank you for all that you have done for us. It hasn't gone unnoticed. Now, I know that today is supposed to be a celebration to the end of English lessons. However, there is one more nugget of wisdom that I wish to bestow to you today. So take notes. Whew. A couple of weeks ago, I sat in my AP literature class, half listening to my teacher, Ms. Castro, introduce a book that we would be reading after our AP exam. This book is Tuesdays with Maury, a recollection of conversations between a man, Maury, who is dying of Lou Gehrig's disease, and a man, Mitch, very much alive, but wrapped up in the everyday hustle and bustle that drives many of us to not truly live. At first, I was hesitant. The last thing I wanted to do after my AP exam was more homework, but I trusted Ms. Castro and gave it a shot. As we worked through the book, we learned about the philosophy of life through Maury, who had lived his life to the fullest. One of the values Maury lived by was existentialism, which is the belief that we as individuals have control over all the actions we make, and we create purpose and meaning into our lives. The exceptions to this are, number one, you can't control who you were born to, and number two, when and where you were born. Now, when I was first hit by that definition, I thought, no way, and started rolling off all the ways that I don't have control over my own life. But there was always a way to show that we do have control over our actions and mindsets. We might just not like the results. I thought about us, this group of individuals about to enter the real world. Before today, it felt like we were bound to these walls for 13 years, like we had no control over the life we had. Well, we did. We may not have always liked the results of coming to school and having to listen about wars from thousands of years ago, or sitting in the muggy gym waiting to get hit in the head with an inevitable basketball, or facing the people who made coming to school hard in the first place. We made the choice to come to school every day and work towards this very moment. I thought about the things that our class has overcome. Social isolation during the pandemic, intense political feuds during election time, and the epidemic that is gun violence. These are events and situations that were difficult to live through, that pulled us apart and sometimes brought us back together. What made all the difference was our mindset and perseverance. One of the most inspiring stories I heard this year came from someone who was facing incredible loss. Even in a time of extreme grief and confusion, she had channeled her mindset into believing that being a single mom was part of what she was put on this earth to do. Showing strength in a time of hardship, being bold in the face of opposition, seeing the good in the people around you, that is how Maury believed you should face life. In a few minutes, you will receive your diploma, officially marking the end of your time here at RedJacket. As you all leave here today to start a new chapter of your life, I want you to remember the control that you have over your actions, words, morals, and perception you have on life. You're going to hit epic highs and the lowest of lows. You're going to experience grief like you've never faced before. You're going to love through rose-colored glasses. You're going to be hurt by the people you thought you could trust. You're going to hurt people that you love. You may even get stuck between a hot tub and a pool deck with little hope of getting out. But you have the power to change your attitude and make your life into what you want it to be. Sometimes the glass is half full, even though I know some may disagree. Above all else, live in the moment, and maybe you just might find who you're supposed to be. Thank you.
And now for the presentation of the diplomas. For the seniors in the first row, please rise. Mrs. Gardner, the board president, and Mrs. Dean will be handing out the diplomas. First person, Evan Baxter. Kyla Budney. Nicholas Castillo. Chandler Church. Cassidy System. Ava Pickering. The next two diplomas, these can already be handing these out. Abigail Powell. Ethan Shertle. The next two diplomas, Amy Walton from the Board of Education will be passing these out. To her daughter, Ella Walton. Cornelius. Liam DeMay. Skylar Fox. And Connor Tanaka. Will the first row please be seated? And will the second row please rise? Ethan Gray. Sarah Ryan Carson. Cal Arrington.
We're proud of you, Cal.
Myron Hess. Dylan Coley. Madeline Lloyd. Natea Lloyd. Jordan Little. Colin May. Jackson Minion. Madison Moore. Rowan Moore. Kyle Murphy.
I'm proud of you, grandson.
Jalen Newman. Abigail Nyland. Mary Nowell. Will the second row please be seated? Will the third row please rise? Katie O'Brien. Michael Owen. Jacob Perry. Madison Perry. Annika Pearson. Dylan Craig. Aiden Reed. Jacob Bowden. James Sabetta. Sam Twilliger. Noah Trapp. Lalo Wagner.
Good job, small child.
Liliana Welch. Jordan Wicks. And Lawrence Kowski.
Oh, yeah, Lauren.
Will the third row please be seated? Now will all seniors please rise? Seniors, please move your tassels from the right to the left, signifying that you have graduated. Ladies and gentlemen, as they walk down the aisles, please, I kindly ask you not to leave your seats until the graduates exit the auditorium. One more time, round of applause for our graduates.